Usually cuts off half my sentence. Good evening. Good very much evening for one of us. We are playing part of Gauntlet Comics, which is a living campaign, a shared universe. The pretend idea of this Gauntlet Comics thing is that it's like a whole line of comics. So yeah, there's lots of supers stuff. In fact, this one has supers flavor to it, but it is not strictly a supers RPG. It's a supernatural RPG. Not necessarily superpowers, but we flavored that in. We are playing for the month of October 2019 for Gauntlet Comics Monsterhearts 2 by Avery Alder, which is a game inspired by media like Twilight or The Vampire Diaries or Buffy. And in it, you play regular teens who are going to high school but who happen to be monsters. Now, the tilt of this game is that they are teens. They are not going to high school because they're in juvenile detention. This juvenile detention is for high schoolers, and they are taught classes, but they haven't quite made it through much of the classes because they're hooligans. Some of the juvenile delinquents here are the children of supervillains or henchmen. Others are just too dangerous to be out in normal society. Some are wards of the state. And all of them are here in the New Guard Academy, as it's called. New Guard Academy was set up by one of the major super teams of New Gauntlet City, which is the main city of our Gauntlet Comics universe, and ostensibly to help foster these young wayward children through their individualized programs so that they'll be better members of society, which is why when we open up, we'll be in a cafeteria after someone spit in someone else's food. Let's remind ourselves of our students. I'm sorry, you are all students here. Leandro, good evening. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Hi, my name's Leandro. I use he him pronouns. I'm well deep into the Irish evening. Well, it's well past evening, I guess. Over here, I'm playing Mel Chambers, who's using the Devil skin from the Skin Deep collection. She is she is the prophesized bringer of doom, at least according to a certain cult or so, and has been raised up by this cult to bring about the song that'll sling humanity to sleep. Hence why she's here in this New Guard Academy, mainly so that I don't know, maybe the adults think they can teach her to not do that. She has a very lovely voice. In fact, so lovely it's almost supernatural and psychokinetic, and how great it is. And quite recently, she had spit on her food. She had spit on her food. She did not spit on it, but someone spat on it, and there's now spit on her food. Just to clarify, she wouldn't spit on her own food. That would be weird.
Indeed, that would be weird. Thank you very much. Joe, good evening. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Joe, they, them. I'm playing Farala, who is a from the Hollow Earth. I forget the name of the forest she's from. She's a Farala. She's a literal feline person. She is in juvenile detention because she was caught for committing crimes like burglary and assault and resisting arrest. So like, I mean, sure, she's in school, but only because she's in prison or whatever. This, the Juvie's basically prison for kids, right? So yeah, that's why she's here.
Okay, nice. Thank you very much. And Misha, please introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, Misha B. She, her. I am playing the lovely Raven, our queen. She's. I mean, it's not exact. She's more like a princess than a queen, really, because her mom's the queen, and so she might have a little bit of mind control and mind reading powers. It's fine. It's nothing terribly weird. It'll be fine. Don't worry, dear.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, you've got a little clique going on, but who doesn't at this age? It's
You
high
have
school.
to have friends.
That's right. Awesome. Last but definitely not least, we have Peter. Peter, please introduce yourself and your character.
Certainly. Hi, I'm Peter. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I am playing Percy Yates, who is using the Bake Neko skin. Percy comes from a long line of illustrious cat burglars, which would indicate why he's here somewhat. Details on what exactly led to him being here are vague at best. Supernaturally speaking, he has the tendency to disappear into the shadows and reappear elsewhere. Basically, shadow stepping, so to speak. And he's sort of the new guy, the most recent arrival, or one of 3 of the most recent arrivals to the New Guard Academy. And he's acclimating? With a big question mark at the end, considering last time.
Well, I mean, he's got a pair of hollow earthers who are not flat earthers, but hollow worlders, I guess, who are spending time chatting him up. By the way, I don't think I even introduced myself. I'm Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. I'm the MC. We do have the X card as our safety tool. We did do some lines and veils that are currently on our character keeper, but X card trumps all of that. And I mean, trump in a good way is an important type of verb, not a name. Sorry, I'm getting all political up in here. I'm sure that years from now I'll look back at this and laugh as I look at our post-apocalyptic America, and Leander laughs at us from his island. So last session, after some conversation between our devil Mel and our queen Raven, there was a shutdown that was mixed success, and part of the mixed success resulted in Jay, a member of Raven's clique, stepping up, at least in the way he thought was most appropriate, by spitting in Mel's food. At the same time, Farala was licking the face of her fellow cat, other student Percy Yates, and Cece, one of the other brand new students, saw this and seemed to be quite a bit upset, and had even ignored that her new friend had just gotten her food. Her new friend and cellmate, if I remember correctly, her cellie, just gotten her food spat into. So we will pick right back up at that moment. Now, Raven, Farala, and Mel, you've been here long enough to know that they watch you. You're in juvenile hall. Folks like Copper Topper and others are just watching you. So they're probably only a few seconds before it erupts. Mel, you've just had your food spit into. What do you do?
I think I'm going to, as serenely as possible and not breaking eye contact from Raven, I'm going to take this fork. I'm going to gently scoop up the bit of spit that's on my food, and I'm just gonna just as serenely as possible, just kind of scrape it on the table as if to say, I'm above this nonsense.
Nice. It sounds like you're trying to keep your cool here and not overreact. So let's see you. What's something you're most afraid of happening right now?
I'm afraid of losing face, mostly in front of my good friend or new friend / roomie, well, cellmate, Cece. That's
awesome. I am so excited. And while I am a fan of your character, I certainly hope you fail.
Too bad that's a 9.
Dang it! Okay. So here is the keep your cool. So on a 7 to 9, the MC will tell you how your actions would lead you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it. So you can look calm, cool, and collected. Keep CC's faith in you, but the guards are going to mark you as being involved in this rather than just turning away. You're going to have to like be in Jay's face. You don't have to strike and lash out at him, so things won't be that bad. But you're going to get some punishment if you want to step 2 here without losing any face. What do you do?
I think at the moment, I don't really care for what the guards think. This is about the incredibly petty playground politics that we're playing right now. That's a lot of words to start with P. And I think I'm just gonna go through it.
You're gonna hold 2? You're not gonna back down? Awesome.
Nope.
Sweet. So Copper Topper, who has the copper skin and the D-bag mustache, he and another guy who's known as Bulldog step in, and they have their pain sticks, which are a particular brand of stunners that not just cause you to snap out, but they also deliver enough jolts to be extremely painful. They come in, and Copper Topper is headed right for your table. Raven, Jay just spit in Mel's food, and it looks like Jay might just, he's gonna do the time. He may do more. What do you do?
I give him this look of like first confusion, because I have no idea why he would do this, because that just seems rude, and I don't like rude. And just kind of distance myself and kind of withdraw that approval that Jay so graciously seeks.
Man, that stinks, because you could feel through streaming, like,
yeah,
he was trying to step up for you. Like, he was going over and above for you. He saw Mel as being in your face, calling you names, not backing down. And so he did this, and you remove that last second, and you see his face, it just kind of falls for a second, like he's shocked. And then he glances away from you over at Ruski, who's standing there with a tray, like she's just gotten her food. And that's when Copper Topper slams him down against the table, the metal bench, messes right in some of his food, right? And then he takes the big, long, metallic stick that's sparking at the end, and he zaps him right in the back of his neck, and he jerks a couple times. Then he points it at you, Mel. It's time for you to get some ice cream, girl.
I think Mel kind of like raises an eyebrow and says, let's see, I'm trying to figure out how she'll phrase this. For what exactly?
I saw you egging it on. Yeah, you need to have a talk to the counselor.
Oh no, I'm completely. Oh no, another talk with the counselor. I'm completely very, very. I think Mel's kind of like. It kind of feels like she's talked to the counselor a lot. I'm very, very looking forward to it. Now, if you don't mind, can we get this done? Because I have whatever's left of my food here.
No, honey. No. Your lunch is done. Bulldog, get this student out of here. And he points down at Jay. Jay's laying there, his face a mask of shock as he's just, his lights out. You can feel him thinking, Raven, but he can't. Like, none of his muscles will respond. He's terrified right now. And Bulldog hulks up. He's about 7 feet tall. He reaches over and he grabs him by the back of his neck like he's some kind of scruff puppy and starts to drag him off.
She waits till like they're gone. It's like, and this is why manners are important, children.
Cece's watching all of this, right? And she's just kind of taking notes. Just meekly, just not like meek. She just kind of hunkers down, trying to seem less of a threat. But she's also trying to see who moves where and what's going on. Farali, you just saw this huge amount of violence break out. I imagine you've seen violence from the guards before when students were acting inappropriately, but
I mean, I felt violence from the guards before, so
I would imagine that's also a true statement.
yeah. So I mean, I'm not involved right now, so
It's true. It's true.
Plus, I'm pretty busy, talking with Percy. So
I think Copper Topper will look over and he'll say, you guys need to watch yourselves there.
yeah, we're not involved with them.
No. No fraternization like that.
Like
He'll
what?
turn. He that's it. He's not having a conversation. He just turns and walks over. I'll get some janitor to clean this mess up. Sorry for the trouble. And he looks to you, Mel. Ducks his head. And he walks out. Cool. So I think that might end that particular scene. The next scene that we have, well, actually, this depends on a question. So Raven, do you stream normally, right? And then when there are strong emotions, you can dial in if you want.
I think it's the other way around. I can read emotions, and I have to really concentrate to send them back out.
Okay. So are you kind of tuning out, Jay, or paying attention to that? I guess that's the question I have.
If this is something that happens frequently, she's probably not paying attention to him. If it's more unusual, it is something that she would pay attention to. Does that make sense?
Yes. So there is there's normal punishment of solitary confinement. It's kind of the default. But what Copper Topper specifically said was he talked about taking him out for ice cream, which is something that I would imagine Raven is far too intelligent to have gone through, but it is, according to the rumor mill, called so because of the shack, the particular white color of the shack out back where students are taken out and physically assaulted.
She might tune in long enough to figure out what's going on, and then, yeah, that's a nope.
Cool. Yeah, so I think what you catch is the mind-numbing fear that Jay has because his body won't respond. And you pick up snippets of the tap sound of the belt as it slaps against the concrete floor and then slaps again across the ceiling before it's brought down across his back. As a particular guard, not Copper Topper, but someone else, hurts him pretty bad. So we will jump scenes to the gym. All of you are required to dress in the New Guard Academy t-shirt and shorts, and because Gauntlet here likes them so much, those high tube socks with the stripes. The color scheme is like a gray and a baby blue for half of you, and a gray and a cherry red for the other half of you, as you are all supposed to head to the girls or the boys' lockers to change. And Dapper starts to try to go into the boys, and he is forced to go into the girls, reminded because that's how New Guard Academy does things. Your coach is Eris. Eris is the head of physical activities and education for New Guard Academy. And Eris Katz, Coach Katz, is your activity instructor. She leads drills and exercises. The gym where you currently are actually is a very nice basketball court. Alongside the basketball court, there are other areas for physical activity, but today she is spinning a basketball. She says, "All right, students, we are going to participate in some physical activity because it seems that everyone's just a little bit stir crazy. So we're going to divide you up into 2 teams, and you'll be competing against each other. But here's the thing. The team who wins, first of all, will get 1 hour of supervised activity outside the wall. And candied apples. My best recipe. The losing team, you just get more PT. That's physical training. So, it's in your best interest to win. You should compete as hard as you can. Now, oh, yes, Raven.
How will teams be chosen?
Well, I have chosen your teams. The first 4 members. You may choose the last 2. Now, if someone doesn't wish to participate in basketball, that means you won't be able to achieve the victory, and you'll be forced to participate in our secondary activity, wrestling. Does anyone choose not to participate in basketball?
Oh, what if we do both?
That will earn you a special prize. Why don't we finish the basketball game first, Farala? And if you have the energy and still have the desire, make sure you get some wrestling. Now, children, I'm sorry, students, keep in mind the use of your powers is not smiled upon. She glances and you see up on the second deck of the gym, you can see there's a series of plexiglass windows and a few of the guards are walking back and forth. She says, so don't be obvious, okay?
I look down. I don't have powers. I'm just better.
We'll see. So if you guys will, and I'll go ahead and share screens just because that might make it a little easier. If you'll check it out, I have now unhid a new tab in our character keeper called Basketball Minigame. For those who know a lot about Monsterhearts, you may know that a long time ago Avery Alder created a lacrosse minigame. I have just hacked the crap out of that. So if you think this is brilliant design, it is, but it's not mine. So as you can see, it's a basketball court here, just to give you an idea of what things look like. There are 4 different basketball moves. The idea is the home team and the away team are competing for points. Now, rather than keeping a strict score, because, wow, that could take forever, we will keep track in a tracker. So it starts here, and then as moves happen, you will move it to here. And if the away team ever gets 2 ticks over here, they win. And if the home team ever gets 2 ticks over here, they win. And the game is timed, because if no one wins, we're all going to get bored eventually. And so it's timed, and it may end up in a draw, and no one gets the shiny apples in time outside. here are the teams. We have Raven on the home team. Raven, Percy, Huntara, and SD. You guys will get to choose from the NPCs after, other than these four here. The home team gets to pick second. You'll get to pick a fifth player and a sub. SD is a speedster, because you guys haven't seen her on screen, but she's a speedster. The away team consists of Farala, Mel, Maw, and 8-Ball. You get to be the first to pick your fifth team member, and then home will pick a fifth team member, then you will pick a sub, and home will pick a sub. And then we're just going to say those are the only people who are currently at gym right now. So, Farala and Mel, look upon your NPC list. Is there anyone you'd like to pick to be your fifth team member?
How dare you? How dare you? Gotta pop this basketball.
You okay, Joe?
Breaking up the.
I know.
What were those dudes called in the Mighty Ducks? Like the big bruisers.
I don't remember. I know what you're talking
yeah.
about. I don't remember.
You know, Foggy, Nelson, and the other guy.
Oh God, that was Foggy. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was. Oh, yeah, that was. Anyway, all right.
God.
If you don't have any ideas, Joe, Mel is gonna pick CC,
Yeah, Cece's fine.
who's probably not happy with you.
Whatever.
What else is new?
Look, it's not like we had sex. Like, there's been no time for romance.
It's true. It's true. There has been no time. Great home team, Raven and Percy. Who would you like to choose as your fifth team member?
You got any ideas?
I think Ma would be amazing.
I think
Mom is already on
the other team.
away team.
Damn it.
Wait,
I
Sorry.
was right. Ma would be amazing. How about Bang Bang? Is anybody taking Bang Bang?
Don't believe so. I like Bang Bang.
All right.
No. Has anybody taken Rodrigo?
I don't think so. No,
I think Rodrigo.
Yeah. Let's go with Wet Blanket.
All right. I was wondering if anybody would.
yeah, I
choose
was
Wet
like,
Blanket.
wait a second, wet blanket exists.
Yeah. Wait. I hadn't got there. It's at the bottom.
It can affect everyone that's not natural like me.
Yeah, but that'll be using his powers.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
subtle.
but how are you gonna tell?
Yeah, that's
When-
literally.
When no one cheats, that's how you can tell.
I can still cheat.
You can't.
All my powers are hot and free, volatile based. So
I don't know.
we are not taking Bang Bang. He's useless.
Okay. Let's take one of Raven's gang.
Do they even have powers?
Yeah, do they even have powers, actually?
I think they do. I think they probably have some like minor powers, don't you?
Yeah.
Raven? Yeah. All right. So I would probably recommend not taking Jay.
Yeah. Just saying.
No.
Jay's recovering. So you could take Phoenix or you could take Robin.
Hmm.
What's Rusky do?
Yeah, what does
Risky
she-
talks to people who aren't there and doesn't speak very good English at all.
Yeah, but like,
She hates Russia. That's what she does. That's all she does. She hates Russia.
yeah, but like, what'd she do?
She
If
glares
you want
at
to
people.
gaze into the abyss and ask me that question, we can put the dice.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna just try to remember with my memories of being here that long.
Her powers are not obvious.
All right then.
She doesn't have any physical abilities that you're aware of.
I'd like to ask.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and ask. So you said roll with dark?
Yeah, you're gazing into the abyss.
Okay, cool. So that is just a straight roll.
It is?
Yeah, I have a +0.
Okay.
I say we take Dapper as a sub.
That's a 7.
Okay, cool. So on a 7, something vague and alarming. So when you look more closely at Ruski, you see that there are 3 different these ghostly images that are slowly rotating around her, and occasionally one will come up and whisper into her ear and slither away around her back, and she seems to be aware of them but doesn't. It's kind of like the person who's so used to flies being around that they don't swat them away anymore.
Interesting.
So you have mentioned taking Dapper?
Yeah, we've got enough girls on the team. Let's get some boys.
Oh,
Also, I think Dapper's probably better at this than Cece.
All right. Home team, you get 1 sub. Who do you choose as your sub? That's Raven Percy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay, you guys are looking through things. I did reduce it for in hopes of making it a little easier to remember who's what.
I'm torn between Phoenix and Pagan.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
both excellent choices.
Pagan has magic, but look at Phoenix's hair, guys.
I know, he's gorgeous. That's why I
that
picked
hair.
him.
Look at that hair. Wow.
I'm okay with it being Phoenix, if only for like the sheer interactions that were like powers, his hair.
All right, here we go. I will briefly go over the basketball moves. There are 4 of them. There is run the court. And when you run the court, you roll with hot. You have options of scoring, which moves the marker 1 towards your team's victory. You also could potentially get +1 forward for your next roll, and on a miss, then you get dunked on, and the marker gets shifted towards the other team's victory. Playing defensively, rolling with cold. On a 10 up, you actually move the marker all the way back to game start. So if somebody's here, if they're here, they've won. So it basically just moves it by 1 towards game start. On a 7 to 9, you carry 1 forward, and the opposing team carries -1 forward on their next roll. And on a miss, the other team finds an opening and your defense and carries 1 forward, but doesn't actually score on you. Injuring someone, when you injure someone, roll with volatile. If they're injured, then they're moved down. If you injure 2 people, they're playing short and will be basically -1 for every player they've lost from 5. If that makes sense. So that is one way to potentially take people down. On a 7 to 9, though, if you injure someone, it'll get you taken out of the game because you're just too obvious. Coach Harris will say, just too obvious. Sorry. Have to throw you out for penalties. Let me move that open. And on a miss, the player's not harmed, but you get a few fouls called on you and have to sit out for a while. And then the last one is relying on your powers. When you rely on your powers to cheat, roll with dark. On a 10 up, your powers pay off. Coach doesn't call you out. and you can either choose a rival player to be injured. You go on a scoring run, shifting the marker towards your team's victory. On a 7 to 9, you choose from the list above, but your teammates gain 2 strings on you, which last after the game. And on a 6 or less, on a miss, you piss off your opponents and they rally against you. Someone on the rival team gets to choose one of the 10-up actions. Does that make sense? Is all of it clear? All right. Well, the away team got to pick first. So I'm going to say that the home team gets to choose the first move to engage. And we'll go back and forth through this for a little bit until we're having a great time and someone wins, or we start to get a little bored and Rich calls time.
Well, clearly we should just go for the victory and run the court, right?
I think so. I'm not necessarily going to advocate for that personally, but I think my hot is -1. Full disclosure, like I am not running anywhere.
Well, what we're going to do is the next time that it comes to the home team, you will be making the choice and rolling there, Percy. So just keep that in mind.
Right? Yeah.
But it sounds like
Wait, my
the
hot is
queen.
also -1. Hold on. I forgot I was playing the not hot one.
I mean, I'm not used to a queen not being hot.
I know,
so
that's why I was
took
like,
it as-
oh, wait, shit.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm like, go for it, folks.
Let me rethink that move. Right, we're going to play defensively.
All
That's-
right.
Yeah, that's
why.
right.
Okay. Let's have you play defensively. So when you play defensively, roll with cold.
It's like slide the marker where it is.
Oh yeah, I probably should have renamed it. They're supposed to this for a physical thing, but I did checkboxes things because I thought that would be
No.
easier for us to manipulate.
No.
Right.
I'm teasing them for playing defensively when the ball doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, true. If they're successful, yeah.
They get a +1 forward.
But they do get to carry one forward. Awesome. Cool. So go ahead. Did you make your
I got
roll here?
11.
An 11. All right. On a 10 plus, the marker at game start stays at game start. So you guys just lock into like a zone defense. You kind of lock it down for a little bit. And we'll say that for the first quarter here, majority of it, you guys are just gobbling it up. Everybody scores a few points, but it's kind of slow. It's methodical. But you get to carry +1 forward on your roll. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. And now it is time for a reaction from the away team. Who wants to be the first on the away team, and what are you choosing to do?
I feel like I mean Farella is gonna run that court.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna let my fitter, more physical compadre run the court.
Except you in this scenario, you're equally fit.
It's true. Rolling with hot,
Somehow.
this is good. So what is it? I mean, I imagine that Farala is extremely athletic.
Yeah,
right?
she's
just naturally.
She's got cat-like strength and speed.
I know, like because
Well-
cats are always known for their strength.
I mean, cat people are. Have you seen Thundercats? Come on.
Thunder.
There are some amazing
Thunder.
people.
It's a documentary.
All right, let's have you roll with hot.
Let's do better than this.
Nobody needs
Come
to
on, we got a
see
snake eyes here. Let's do it.
7, 8, 9.
On a 7 to 9, you provoke the other team into a series of penalties and carry +1 forward on your next roll. Good. So I will ask. I did equals, not plus.
Okay.
I will ask Raven, who ends up getting a few penalties on them? Is it SD or Wet Blanket?
Here, I was thinking it was Huntara.
Oh, well, maybe it is. Huntara goes up. Yeah, she goes hard on Farala when you drive into the court there. And
I mean, that makes sense.
She's in foul trouble. Sweet. I love it. That makes so much more sense. Thank you for pointing out the obvious because that's pretty great. Esty is not great at basketball, but she is so very fast. She moves around like a little hummingbird. The problem is that the dribbling for her is a real challenge. So she pretty much just snatches the ball, passes it, and then runs around a little bit more.
Did she
8
pass
ball.
it to herself, because that would just be impressive.
She could easily she rebounds real well. Cool. All right, so it's back to the home team. What would you guys like to do? Game is still tied. I would say it's nearly tied. Somewhere into the first period. There are 4 periods of play, and you guys were talking. It's like 22 to 24. Very, very close.
So my thought is, we weren't running the court originally because we both had a -1. With that carry 1 forward, it'll put us at a flat 0, which is at least, not negative.
Or
what's your other thought?
saying we could, cheat a little.
I like actually. Ooh, yes. I got it. Yeah. So, I'm actually, yeah. Let me just check one thing, because this is gonna be me rolling. So in that case, I will definitely use my powers. And basically, my intent with it, I want to knock out all the lights.
Ooh, are you trying to rely on your powers then?
Yeah. And with
Nice.
that +1 forward, that gives me a +1.
Okay, cool. Roll with that +1. Right here, you got these gray dice. Let's see how it goes.
Ooh, that's an 11.
Nice. Cool. So the lights start to flicker off. Your powers pay off, and coach doesn't call you out. So choose one. A rival player is injured, or you go on a scoring run, shifting the marker 1 towards your team's victory. Just remember, you got to move 2 shifts and you win.
Yeah. So I think Percy definitely goes on a scoring run, I think. And the best part about this is that even moves-wise, Percy can see perfectly in the dark.
Awesome. So the lights go out, and you guys go on a quick scoring run. I think 8 ball bounces around and tries to block a shot, but you guys end up scoring. And at the end of the first half, it is currently 48 to a paltry 34. So you guys have a pretty commanding lead, and we go to halftime. Everyone is tired. You guys have been playing for like 24 solid minutes, and you're on the benches there. So I'm curious. We'll just kind of break it down for a little bit of conversation here.
Wait, we're in
Yeah.
halftime?
Yeah.
I thought you said we were at the end of the first quarter.
Oh no, the first score update was at the end of the first quarter, and you guys
Okay.
played through with that move to halftime. I'm trying to move along. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out 3 rolls equals a halftime.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not perfect. But I was trying to move the verisimilitude along with the mechanics. So cool. So Cece says, "This sucks. This is just sub me out. This sucks. I don't even want to play."
I think who's she talking to? Anyone in the team?
Mel and Varela. She's just saying it to you guys. You guys are all sitting on a bench. It's halftime. You get 5 minutes to strategize, talk, whatever. And yeah, Cece, she's actually pretty good at basketball. But you can tell she's been lagging it, being lackadaisical, barely playing, slacking.
Okay.
Yeah, Mel looks the same. She doesn't look like she's broken a sweat at all. And it's just this, yeah, somehow I'm getting even more white hairs waiting for this game to end. I mean, come on, look at the other team. They can't even be bothered to like not pull out their big guns to get a win. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we're winning the moral victory here, guys.
Maul says, I want some really good apples. Maybe we just sub in Dapper if CC's not going to try. Dapper says, I'm not very athletic, but I've been watching, and I have a few ideas.
Yeah. Just get in there and some elbow check some people, Dapper.
Okay, I could do that.
Yeah.
Who do you want me to take out? I'll be like Kurt Rambis.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
I used to be a Lakers. My dad was a Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers fan. He was a Laker. He took people out. It doesn't matter. I'll just take people out. Who should I go for? What about Esty? Just trip her.
Yeah, that's
Just slam into a wall.
enough. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I got it. Then we cut over to the home team.
I think Raven is sweating and is not happy about it.
I think Phoenix says, "You look great, though, Rave. Like seriously, it's like a glow. Don't worry, you're fine.
Flattery is not going to work here.
It's not just flattery, though. It's just like the honest truth.
Uh-huh.
It's like Sports Illustrated cover. It's great.
Uh-huh. Right. I will never make a Sports Illustrated cover, and we both know that.
You guys always like this?
Competitive?
Mostly, yeah.
Aren't you?
I mean, competitive assumes that there's any competition worth having.
It's a chance to get out of this hellhole for a while. Yes, I want it.
Oh, yeah.
Huntar says, "Have you seen the trees outside? The ones outside past the fence? I want to walk on that ground. I think we should kill one of them."
Okay, killing's a little far.
Which one were you thinking?
Well, not Farala. But I don't know, the white-haired one, she seems annoying.
Yeah, let's not. Look, if we're killing anyone, the students aren't worth the trouble.
We can't kill the other ones, dear.
Okay. I'm not saying we should.
Remember, the goal is to get out of here, not end up here permanently.
Rodrigo says, "Well, you guys know I can shut them down if they try to cheat like that stupid..." I can't stop Farala. She just is what she is. But, like, 8-Ball, Maw, I've never tried to turn off Maw. I wonder what would happen.
Well, maybe we'll have the chance to find out.
Phoenix is like, "Hey, can you sub me in? Come on, Rave."
I give him a look. Because he's pretty, but I don't know if he's actually good at sports.
He says, I can dribble. Esty can't even dribble. And he says, but I can't dribble, but I can move really fast. And it's not exactly walking because I'm running. Like, isn't that how it is? It's called walking, and I never walk anywhere. Like, anywhere. I never walk ever. And, like, I could maybe, what if I do this? What if I
breathe? Take a
breathe.
breath. When you
what
talk that fast, it's very hard to understand.
What if I run up the wall and then run down the wall and someone throw me the ball and I can dunk it? I've seen dunking.
Do you think you can do that?
I could definitely run up a wall. I can definitely run and drop myself in front of the goal. It might hurt when I land, but I'll try to keep moving.
Well, we've got some ideas.
You know what? Why not?
So you guys take the court at the end of halftime, and let's see. It looks like our last was relying on powers from the home team, so the away team wins the tip off, and I think it's up to Mel now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
Yeah. Well, use of powers as far as Mel is concerned. Although Mel probably didn't notice. Well, it's very obvious, I think. But no, I think since we have a +1 forward, I think what Mel's going to do is use that improbable +2 hot that somehow makes her on par with Farala in
Run the court.
physical exertion side. Yeah, I think Mel is like when she's pushed herself, and I think there's a point where like, all right, let's just get this over with and then do more other stuff. So yeah, she's gonna run the court.
Awesome. Mel's way over here. Here she is. Oh, that's great. I mean,
all right, cool. All right.
Is that with your +1 forward and your hot that takes it up to a 7? Right?
Yeah, because I have a +2 and carry
+1.
+1
So you
forward.
roll 4 and you got a 7. That's great. So you're running the court on a 7 to 9. You provoke the other team into a series of penalties and carry one forward to the next roll.
Huntara. I mean,
Clearly.
she'd get ejected.
Yeah, I think she's been ejected.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. So we will move her.
We get penalty shots.
Oh yeah, that's how we'll represent that.
We should have asked that last time, but
All right, so
it totally makes
Huntara.
sense. Yeah. I don't need penalty shots. Do not work with these moves. So
No, they don't. But we'll just that's the color for what's going on. So on a 7 to 9, you guys you retain your +1 forward, and you've now taken out one of the players. So that'll definitely benefit you if you could take out another. So yeah, we're going to say it's almost the end of the third period. It's like 62 to 51 because you guys got one of your 2 foul shots, so that's why you have an out number now. And it is up to the home team. And Percy last chose, so now it's Raven. What would you like to do, Raven?
I think we should end this decisively. So we're gonna rely on our powers again.
Ooh, okay.
Nice. All right. Rely on your powers. You will roll with dark. You do not have the +1 forward anymore, so you're just rolling your dark.
Yep. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. Oh, my God.
Let's just double check that dark rating is a
That's
1.
a 4,
So
yeah.
you got a 4.
There's no way I would have had enough dark to break out of fast.
So the good news is you get an XP on a mission. You piss off your opponents and they rally against you. So how do you imagine this looks, Raven? Were you rolling for like SD to do her running off the wall trick when everything went awry, or do you think you were using your specific like streaming mind reading powers?
I think SD was trying to do her trick, and yeah, it just
went
when
terrible.
she said that, oh, it might hurt when I landed. Yeah, we might have underestimated how much it would hurt when she landed.
Yeah, there we go. Someone on the rival team gets
Also,
to choose.
Dapper was going out of his way to take out SD. So I mean, I feel like
That's
SD is
why it
injured.
worked.
So that's my theory.
Do you want to choose a
Mel.
rival player as injured?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mel, thoughts?
I'm down for it. Yeah, it makes sense.
So now they
Sweet.
don't have enough players.
Yeah, you guys have to keep playing though.
Oh,
Eris says, "Oh, sorry, you keep playing. You just have to play with a person down. I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't worry."
but what does that mean though?
What that means statistically is that they now will be rolling with a -1 forward because
Yeah,
they
but
have
isn't
less
there
than
only
five.
like one roll left?
Well, I mean, they're still in the lead because you guys chose the option of not going on a scoring run. So, well, at the end of third period, they're down 2 people, and you now have a 4-person team against the 5 of you. So you guys, did you use you haven't used your +1 forward yet, right? Because it's your turn.
Yeah.
Awesome, because they failed. Love it.
But how many rounds are left?
You play until either the home team gets 2 ticks up or the away team gets 2 ticks up. I'm moving this along just so it kind of feels like a game's progressing in the way that like movie basketball game scores go up.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking because the periods.
Yeah, I know.
We'll end up in overtime. It'll be fine.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I'll just say you're tied and you're in overtime. And
All right.
Thank
It's very
you, by the way,
confusing.
Misha. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have tried
I'm
to
like,
add.
why did we rush to halftime when we didn't have a second period?
I know.
It's fine.
Well, the end of second period. Anyway, you were at the. It's fine. Yeah, you're right. There's things.
Okay. All right. So, well, I don't know what Mel's up to, but I want to say Farala's got the ball and she's dribbling, but then like she's getting right up in Percy's face, and she's getting real close to Percy, and it's so much that she's rubbing up against him and totally tries to steal a kiss from him.
Ooh, cute.
Because why should we just stick to these roles when I can literally turn you on? So, and that's more fun.
Goes in the background of the shot, rolling her eyes. Just...
Go ahead and roll with hot
We're
as you
all
try to.
rolling our eyes.
Actually, yeah, the entire room.
Who needs to roll a ball when you're rolling your eyes?
6, 7,
Atara's like, I think that's a foul.
We got an
Only
8.
a foul if they
So
complain.
All right, you got an 8.
No,
All
no
right, so on a 7 to 9, you get a choice, Percy, as you've been court kissed.
Oh goodness.
You can give yourself to her, promise something you think she wants, or get embarrassed and act awkward, or you can just give her a string.
I'll give her a string.
nice.
Yeah. I think it's time to start leveling that playing field.
All right. That sounds good. So go ahead and mark the string given over. We'll say that you guys are now entering the 4th period. The score is a good bit closer. It's now 71 to, we'll say, 68. So there's a slim lead for the home team as you guys are in the 4th period. And now it flips around. So the home team gets a choice. And Percy was the last one to go. No, Raven had failed her move. So now it's Percy.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, boy.
Come on, Percy, you can do it. Put a
Wink.
little power to it.
Lick, kiss.
Okay, great. I guess I should have chosen act uncomfortable, but no, string. I'm sticking to it.
You can do both. No, I'm joking.
Well, one is mechanical. Anything I do at this point is going to be at a disadvantage. But I think the only way to move this forward, I'm gonna rely on my powers at a -1.
We need to move it forward. We're teenagers. In less clothes than we normally wear.
Not wrong.
No.
But
That
hey,
said, I'm gonna focus on the game in the game and go. I'll rely on my powers.
Seduction.
all right, rely on your powers to cheat. Roll with dark. Yay!
It's with a -1, so this is going to be a 3.
Oh, nice.
I totally blame Farala for this.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's immaterial. Yeah, it was a -1 because you're down a member. So yeah, it's definitely a 3. Good news, you get an XP. Yay! Bad news, your opponents rally against you. Someone on the rival team gets to choose one of the 10 up, and Frala chose last time, so I'll let Mel choose. Do you want to get the 10 up option of going on a scoring run, which moves this back to a tie game, or a rival player is injured?
Ooh, if this goes up to a tied game, then the next roll, which is mine, is gonna decide it. Is it?
No, it actually would just move it back to game start, and then
Okay.
you'd have to have 2.
Yeah.
All right.
The period does not matter right now.
Yeah.
As long as the game is interesting, the period does not matter.
Yes, exactly. The period is an illusion. The period is a lie. Just all the cosmetics that are up on the scoreboard to add dramatic tension or reflect what's going on mechanically.
It's the Oxford comma you have to look out for.
The beaver eats trees and leaves. Okay.
I mean, you really got to worry about that ellipsis.
What do you choose? Injury or scoring?
I think I don't know. I either scoring makes sense, but injuring more people is just funnier.
Injury works.
All right.
Well,
Cool. I forgot. Okay,
That's
you
the
guys
choice
go.
now.
So, who say? Shall I roll to see who gets injured, or do we dramatically decide? I'm happy to roll. Doesn't matter to me. What do you guys think?
I think Mel should choose, right?
Oh, it's true. Mel,
Yeah,
who
like-
gets injured?
How do you injure someone?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
I-
Good call, Joe.
I think it's
Two.
it's a bit more subtle than decking someone in the in the face. I think what it is like Mel again throws her voice into Wet Blanket's ear to like at the right moment to like confuse him so that he'll crash into Phoenix in a heap most ungainly.
Oh,
Is it Wet Blanket that gets injured or Phoenix that gets injured?
Oh, good question.
Wet Blanket gets injured, but Phoenix loses some face.
Oh man, it's like a double whammy. It's
As if Phoenix had face.
oh, he's got
Phoenix's face, but that's about all he's got.
he's got face, he's got hair, he's got body.
He's got face, but no game.
It's not half game. It appears. So now it's slowed down. The game is slowed down, friends. It's now like 79-74 near the end of the 4th period. And the home team, Raven, is just Raven, Percy, and Phoenix. Antara is like, can I come back in because someone's injured? And Eris is like, nope. And she blows her whistle right in Antara's face. And she holds her ears because that's a dick move. And now it is time for let's see. So you guys the home team had tried to use their powers and failed. Mel made some choices. So now it's back to the away team making a roll.
Yeah. It's back to me.
I
Back
think
to
it's
Mel?
back to you.
Yeah. I mean, I just turned on Percy last time, so
You did, yes. Yeah.
because we're playing Monsterhearts, people.
I know.
Listen, these are semi-official rules written by the game designer and hacked for basketball. So this is also Monsterhearts.
Yeah.
There's even a sports supplement coming out for Monsterhearts. So sports and Monsterhearts
Same.
mix.
Saying needs
It's
more
canon.
depth, So
That's your opinion. All right. What do you want to do, Mel?
Look, Pharrell was not wrong to try and turn someone on in the middle of this
No,
game.
it's never wrong to turn someone in Monsterhearts. It's true.
Yeah, I think as much as Mel would like to take the moral victory, she's going to try to run the court again. Now that there's
Do it.
less people in the way.
Roll with
moral
hot, you
victory
get-
exists in your mind.
You get +2. You get +2 because they are down.
6, 7.
Oh, we get a minus and they get a plus. How's that?
Yeah, it's like gang.
Nice.
It's like gang sizes.
Yeah, but I can't roll at the 10 I need.
You got a
Keep-
string? I don't know if these work in this.
Yeah, I don't know. I might pull the string on the coach. That's
Well,
for
you got
the
strings
game
on
of basketball.
Percy and Raven both, so
It's true. You can pull a string on either one of those for them to be distracted by you in some way.
I mean, yeah, I have enough strings. Yeah, I think I'll pull a string on Raven specifically. I think I think
Well,
I don't
she
know how
owes you, so.
yeah, she owes me stuff, and I don't know how. I just try to figure out how this translates into fiction. I think there's a point where I kind of like, I want to kind of like make it clear that like that pile up with Phoenix and Wetback was my my doing, but I don't know how to translate that in a snide look. But it'll translate. I'll
It
spend that
translates
string.
properly.
Totally does. That's awesome.
You've managed to awaken her ire. It makes her a little hot-headed, impulsive.
Man, yeah, like I would have been like, stop trying to block me. Yeah, otherwise I stop supplying you.
Nice. All right.
Mel and Raven hate each other.
This is good. Mel and
And
Raven.
Farala and Percy are okay with each other.
We need to be.
Okay is a word.
Okay, is a
I didn't
word.
say good.
Oh no. I just
It is now Percy's time. It is now overtime. The game has gone into overtime at this point. SD has been carried off to the infirmary, as has Wet Blanket. Huntara is still there, angrily marching back and forth, trying to argue that she should be able to play.
You have a
She could
negative
change her
2
name.
now?
Do what? -2, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you guys have a -2.
Injuries are fun, people.
Okay.
All right. What do you want to do, Percy?
Whatever I whatever I do in the basketball moves is at disadvantage. But if I use one of my own moves,
Then you're fine.
cool.
Turn me on.
That's literally not what I'm good at.
I know, but
but
you are. Actually,
okay, fine.
for me at least.
You know what?
You guys are going to start kissing on the court.
I'm going to try and be distracting. I'm going to be distracting to Farala because that's just completely against my playbook, but I don't care. So I'm going to roll with a -1 as opposed to a -2, but it's still -1.
Okay, go for it. You're going to try to turn her on?
And it's an 8.
Wow. And so tell me a little bit about, like, how is he being sexy with Faraz? Is it a thing where he, like, dribbles back and kind of bumps up against her? Or is it a thing where he's guarding her and rubbing up, like, or is it just some kind of words they say? I'm curious.
So I think Percy's
you can
been
totally
playing,
touch her if you want. So
yeah, well, I think Percy's been playing defensively, especially with regards to Farala, and it's not like uncomfortable, but it's clear that his focus has been elsewhere. He like every time that happens, he's been very much keeping his eye on the ball, and now I think what happens is like, you know, I think for this time, like the ball goes up in the air and he just adjusts his glasses almost like, you know, like in that like anime style where it's like all of a sudden like you can't see their eyes and it's just like a flash of light or whatever. And just like, I think the focus is entirely shifted because, you know, there's a point where like the ball is dribbled to someone else on the home team. I think it's Phoenix. And suddenly Percy is not going after the ball, but clearly going after Farala and going, I'm right here. Huh? What? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Like a guy looking at a girl, asking her.
yeah.
All right, 7-9.
Well, anyway, so my reaction. Well, I got to choose the reaction. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, something. Yeah. Okay. I can't wait to wrestle against you because I can't wait to pin you down.
Promising something you think he wants?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought that was.
I mean, I was going to use that to turn you on, but this works for that too.
Yeah. And I think, just as a response, Percy will just say, I think Percy's eyes narrowing and just goes, we'll see who ends up on top.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is time for Farala to make a move. Thinks he's kind of made a move, but we're now in overtime, and it's now. We'll say it's seriously slowed down. It's only 87 to 87. You guys are back to game start, and I think in double overtime, Coach Katz is going to get bored with you guys and call it.
All right. Well, we've run the court a lot, so I'm gonna just like grab the ball and or somebody's. Let's say somebody else has the ball, and I'm gonna just totally straight up try to injure someone.
Yeah, roll volatile.
Hold up. Looking at the people. You need more than one person to count as a gang, right?
Yes.
Okay, Raven, coming at you.
You're gonna injure Raven? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness!
He's gonna try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I mean, I'm not as good at this, but
Roll with volatile.
I got a 7.
Oh, Raven, you can spin a string.
I definitely have to spin the string.
Yeah, but I also have a string on you, so.
Oh, is this a string war? Are you guys gonna do the string war?
I would win. Well, she only has 1 string, so.
You only.
I have 2 on you.
Ugh,
You have 1 on me,
suck.
so we can spend, but like
Fine.
1 and 1.
That way.
Yeah,
You're
totally.
just gonna eat it.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
Take the loss.
How do you hurt Raven?
Oh, like as like she's probably got the ball, and I'm like going up, and I totally I'm not gonna use the claws. I'll be that nice. But as I'm like darting past, my tail is gonna wrap around her ankle and like just jerk real hard as you slam face first onto the floor.
Oh.
Nasty. Go ahead and mark 1 actual harm, Raven.
Maybe break your nose or whatever. Oh, that poor pretty face.
Oh my goodness, that is tough. Phoenix is gonna be pissed, man.
But I get taken out of the game too. So
You do,
I
and
get fouled out, right?
yeah, you get filed out, and then Coach Eris Katz says, all right, that's it, you guys. There's only 1 overtime. It looks like we're ending timed. Oh, this is terrible. No one gets to go outside. No one gets to go outside. Terrible. I'm embarrassed.
Well, what about the wrestling match?
She looks around. Is anyone up for wrestling besides Farala here?
So
I'm up.
Mel kind of shrugs.
Raven
She
gives
didn't
you this glance up and down. Trust me, we can all tell, honey.
Farala's just looking straight in Percy's eyes, licking her lips.
Percy just looks super competitive all of a sudden.
Okay. We have some wrestling moves.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know that.
This is amazing.
When you hit the mats, roll plus volatile.
Not gonna lie, I was really hoping that we'd just injure their entire team and they'd win by default.
I thought that was where you were trying to go with that one.
I thought you were too.
Yeah,
You
could
guys
follow.
decided it before
Except I don't want to injure Percy, so
Yeah.
All right, when you hit the mats, roll plus volatile. It is Farala who is setting that up. So here we go.
all right.
On the 10 plus, you get the upper hand and show off to the teacher. Gain a string on your opponent or heiress. On a 7 to 9, you either hold your ground due to your powers or give your opponent an opportunity.
All right. Well, here's what is going to happen. I'm going to describe what I'm doing.
Okay.
Am I up against Percy, I presume?
Yeah, of course you are.
So, like, we lock up, jockeying for position because Percy sounds very competitive right now.
Mhm.
I am a cat and I like to play with my food. So like I'm gonna just roll back and like wrap my legs around him as he has me pinned down. As I'm like totally just grinding into him.
Oh my goodness. That maybe you are not actually hitting the mats. I'm not sure there.
Oh no, there's clearly a mat involved. It might be a mattress, but
Are you going for another turn-on roll then? It
Oh,
seems.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll plus hot.
There's a 13.
Oh dear.
Wow. So you get a string,
Mhm.
and then person needs to choose reaction. You could give yourself to her, promise something you think she wants, or get embarrassed and act awkward.
I know how to get outside if you want some time.
Ooh.
All right.
Wow.
I was super hoping, like, let's go for it right in front of everyone.
Percy is still the socially awkward Bakaneko, so not quite there yet.
Anyway,
Oh, are you making a big show about choosing Farala here?
Yeah.
All right, don't forget your lap cat then. When you make a big show about choosing one person over another, which is basically everybody watching, the person you favor marks experience.
oh,
You gain a string on them.
Yep.
And strings were passed around.
Yeah.
feels like a move that I should take.
Yeah. So are we wrestling at
Oh.
all?
If you want to hit the wrestling move, go for it. But like,
Okay. Which one am I hitting? Because I feel like we've already hit the mats, but that wasn't what happened.
If you want to just go straight for the pin, you can, since you guys are already
Yeah, screw
locked.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the pin anyways.
yeah, go for it.
Okay, that's with a +1. And that's a 6.
Oh, for fuck's sake, spin that string already.
I'm gonna spend a string to bump it up to a 7.
All right, on a 7 to 9, you can force your opponent down if you willingly take one harm or activate your powers. They may resist by spinning a string or keeping their cool.
I could easily see the harm being like scratches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh shit! I forgot. I take another string on Raven because I injured you.
Oh, right. There you go.
You get a string on me for injuring me?
Yes, a
I
puddle
take strings
domino.
on people I hurt harm.
That is a move and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm actually screw it. I'm gonna try and use my powers.
Okay. Awesome. So, yeah, by activating your powers, that means by doing it blatantly, Eris is going to notice this. Like, she'll be aware that you're using
Okay,
your
on second thought, I'll just take the 1 harm then.
Okay, cool. So you take a bunch of scratches, and now you have the opportunity to pin, but the PC. So if you don't want to be pinned, Farala, you have to keep your cool to resist being pinned.
Hold up. Let me get my
Roll
strings
plus
on
cold.
Percy. This is under custom moves, and you go for the pin. No, pin me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. And so Percy, you
And I
get
like
the
do
pin.
like the totally like stretched out.
Cool.
Has
Yes.
me
So you
pinned.
pin her, Percy. And Eris is like, "All right."
Guess you did
All
end
right.
up on top.
You'll find I'm rarely wrong when it comes to these things.
And we have reached our halfway point for the game. So let's go ahead and take our bio break, and then we'll pick up with some more stuff. Let's take a healthy 10-minute bio break. So it's half past. We'll meet you at 20 till. See you guys in 10 minutes. Game check-in. Everybody okay? Anybody need anything? Any feedback from what we just did?
Hello.
Hey, welcome back.
It's been disappointing we didn't have sex in front of everyone, but I mean, I guess I understand.
Listen, Percy likes it in the dark or something.
Just because I can see in the dark doesn't mean I like it in the dark.
I mean,
Oh, hi.
Okay. All right.
Bless your heart.
Okay, I hear you.
We are going to skip ahead a bit of time to the last few minutes before lights out happens. So this is a time when a lot of the students will spend time in their cell because they are going to force everybody into your cell within the next 10 or so minutes. But some people will mill around. And if you take a look again, and I'll kind of screen share so we're all looking at the same thing. But if you take a look at the classroom thing, kind of the layout, not kind of, but the layout is cell doors are all currently open right now for cells that have occupants. Number of people playing games, just hanging out here at about 3 minutes till everyone has to go up and get into their particular rooms. Blue on the boys' side, yellow on the girls. You've got a person who's here monitoring everything, making sure everything stays copacetic. So let's catch up with Raven here on the girls' side.
Oh,
Robin's your celly, right? If I remember.
yes.
Okay, just want to make sure my note was right. What are you doing?
Plotting revenge against Farala?
Nice. What's the plan with revenge against Farala? Who do you want to plot with?
If this is before we have, so the boys and the girls, they're in the same general wing. It's just separate sides of the aisle, basically.
So if you take a look, see this wall right here?
Gotcha.
This wall separates this from this.
Yeah.
This is a central control area. You know, if somebody could run through walls, you could run from the boys' area to the girls' area. Does that make sense?
Yep, got it. Then I am probably plotting with definitely Robin.
Of course.
And who else would help me with this sort of thing? Pagan.
Okay.
Actually, no, SD, because she also got taken out by Farala. Might be looking for a little.
that was not me. That was Dapper.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah. So SD is still she's wearing a sling, but you're not entirely sure if she still needs to wear the sling because she does have extremely high metabolism, but she hasn't remembered that she could probably take it off. So
Well, my nose is like giant swollen, so it's enough.
Oh, that stinks.
So, what do we have to do to take out the little hunter?
Robin says she's pretty close with her cellmate, and the two of them are from the same homeland, more or less.
Yes.
So you will need to separate them.
What are the odds we can get Percy on our side? Or would that just be too difficult?
Percy might be a good way to motivate her to be alone. She wants to fuck him pretty hard.
You got that feeling, eh?
I know, I'm super perceptive, Robin says. ST says, "Yeah, I was in the infirmary. I didn't see that, but I heard that they almost did it like there. I mean, wow."
Yeah, let's just say it was just a pair of pants that saved us all from seeing that.
Robin chuckles. Listen, maybe we don't tell Percy that he's setting Pharrell up.
Probably be easier. If he doesn't know, he can't tell.
We'll probably try to defend her, though. We'll need to take care of that. And he's got some kind of weird something going on. Darkness? I thought I saw it when the basketball game.
He has something. We'll have to explore that more, I suppose.
But yeah, you do that, and then you can get her alone. Otherwise, Hunter is going to have her back, and that's a pair of pretty good fighters. That'll be ugly.
Ultimately, we just douse Percy with something yucky and see if she licks it off and kill two birds with one stone.
Steve said, "Well, if you have the whatever it is, I can put it on. I can totally put it on him, and he won't even know because I can move so fast. You could just like brush him with like a paintbrush, or one of those brushes like for turkeys, the baster. No, it's not a baster. It's like a brush. Is it called a brush? It's called a brush, right? It's a brush. I could do that if you want."
Let's talk to Trip Hammer tomorrow.
So we cut to Percy, and where do we find you in the boys' dorm, Percy?
I'm lying on the top bunk of my cell. I know the doors are open and unlocked, but I'm not really searching out anyone.
Mhm.
If others come and find me, that's a whole other matter entirely. But as it is, actually, I'm going to search out Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah, you head out to find Phoenix. He's in the central area. Phoenix is probably playing some checkers with probably Bang Bang. I would imagine he gets along well enough with Bang Bang. And Jay is there, but not paying much attention. Jay seems a little bit out of it. The Phoenix looks up and brushes his hair out of his eyes. "What's up, Percy?"
What's your deal with Raven?
"We're friends."
Yeah, and I am a totally reformed human being. What's the real deal? Because there's some kind of connection there, and I'm just trying to understand.
We're friends. We've known each other for years. She's the one who normally calls the shots. It's me, Jay, and Robin. Kind of like a little gang.
Mm.
We watch each other's back. Why, you want in? I could talk to her.
Sure, I'm interested to see where that goes.
Okay, I'll let her know.
Yeah. And What do you guys know about Farala?
Oh, she's not from around here.
Yeah, I noticed.
I mean, she doesn't have like powers. She was born the way she is.
Yeah. I am at least somewhat familiar with the area I assume she comes from.
Oh.
It's my
Well,
job.
guess you know as much as I do then.
Interesting. Well, keep me posted, I guess.
Sure. I mean, we'll have class tomorrow. We can talk this out.
Yeah. And I think just for the hell of it, I'm gonna ruffle Phoenix's hair and just say, put in a good word for me.
Trying to go for a little turn-on move there?
Yeah, why not?
All right. I like how you've chosen a character that's not good at the thing you keep doing.
Oh, I mean, he's incredibly socially awkward, and now he thinks this is the thing he needs to keep doing.
That's good.
I mean, this is exactly the road I'm going to take. And that's an 8, so he's going to be decent at it.
What do you know? That's amazing.
-1 hot. And
Still
yet,
And yet, the dice like you. They like your tenacity. I don't think he's going to do anything. Several of these options just don't feel right with the current timing and situation, so I'll go ahead and let you have a string on him. Go ahead and mark you have a string on Phoenix.
cool. Thank you.
As you are there, Trip Hammer comes over, and he has something that's kind of like this big, and it's wrapped in a paper bag, and he hands it to you, Percy. He says, "Hey, Dapper said that he owed you this."
Okay. And I'll tentatively take the bag and peek inside.
It's 4 Kit Kats. Not like 4 things, but like 4 whole packages of Kit Kats.
Oh, right. Wow. Okay. That did sort of slip my mind. It's been a day. So I look back at Trip Hammer and I just say, thanks for the trip.
Anytime.
I'll hold you to that.
And I think we'll jump over to Mel. Mel, what are you doing in the last moments before lights out?
I don't want to talk to Farala just to see what they're like talking, if Joe doesn't mind. Oh yeah. So I think
So where does Mel find Farala?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I guess we're in our room with Huntara. Presumably, I presume she's still complaining about the basketball game. Like, I don't understand. Why couldn't I play? They were injured. Like,
It's the dumbest. I would have changed my name.
you've got to learn how to play the game they want you to play. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I think sorry, my streamer did something weird where
Yeah, mine did too.
yeah, what was up with that?
I don't know.
That's weird. Yeah, around that time, kind of like Mel kind of pokes her head in, and just kind of says like, "Hey guys," not in that tone, but like something like that.
Hey, Mel. It was fun game earlier. I didn't know you had it in you for most of that. Or
Yeah,
with the moral victory you were talking about earlier.
yeah. Well, the thing is, and I think Mel kind of like walks into the door or leans next to the door. It's like, well, the thing is, winning isn't that hard. You know, a moral victory is that's actually the harder challenge.
Yeah,
Although,
but when have you actually ever cared about having a moral victory? When have any of us cared? If we cared about a moral victory, we wouldn't be here.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know for sure. Actually, no, that's not what she says. She says like, well, I don't know about you, but I don't know if I made any choices to actually end up here. As far as I was told, all I did was be born, and then here I am. Anyway, I just wanted to say,
Well, I mean, I broke the law, so that's why I'm here.
well, I'm here because
I got caught.
oh, well, yeah, that's true.
And I'm here because she got caught. It's totally her fault. I
You
don't
had-
respect their laws. Our world, we don't have these laws. They're stupid. These laws are stupid.
So what the hell are you all doing up here then?
we were bored.
Why? I mean, don't you folks come from some hollow jungle
No,
nonsense?
I mean, we come from forests and kingdoms and stuff. But I mean, it's not hollow. That's ridiculous.
All right, fair. That's me looking from up here down there. That's my bad. I just find it weird that whatever's down there is boring unless you come up here to Gauntlet City of all places.
Yeah, you've got like. I mean, like, do you want to just get in
You have the internet.
Yeah, you've got television. I mean, it's like all of this science is pretty neat. Plus, like, there's only so we can only like fight for like the sorcerer king for so long before it's like the same thing over and over again.
You only go to a restaurant to get food. We have to track ours down, kill it, and then skin it.
Which is, I mean, you have to skin it. It's not that.
I don't mind skinning it.
Yeah, but you have to cook it. I don't.
Not true, but that's why I have the nicer furs.
Excuse you. My fur is amazing.
No, your fur is great, but I'm saying the furs you wear.
Anyway,
when you choose to hide your bits.
Sorry, Mel.
Mel's smiling and kind of it's openly laughing at this.
What can we do for you?
Oh, well, first off, I wanted to offer a hearty congratulations for bloodying a nose or two. Well, someone's specific nose.
That was fun.
Yeah, we don't get much opportunities to do that. Well, I don't. I bruise like a peach. So thanks for that.
Mm-hmm.
Other thing is, well, I don't know if you noticed, but your big display with the new boy is, well, it's why beat around the bush? It's pissing some people off, specifically some people I have to live with.
Like, oh, what's her problem?
I mean, do you really care, or have you just moved on already?
What moved on? What I can have multiple interests.
Yeah, I don't think you made it clear to her or to Percy, did you?
No, Percy and I talked about that. We're both told each other that we're fine with polyamorous relationships. Although we've mostly just been flirting. We are not in a relationship yet. If we end up in one, who knows?
I mean, if you end up in a relationship, that would mean that would mean me losing a bet or two. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't know. Do you want to make it clear to CC then, or do I have to?
I think I can talk to her on my own.
Good. Could you do it soon? Because, well, I guess I can't do it soon. Flight's out. He's gonna have to deal with all that now. But thanks for being nice, Farala.
Oh, okay. Not used to being called that, but
I mean, do you want me to not call you nice?
I just
Sure.
didn't know I was being nice. All right.
Is she not nice to you, Huntara? Or
We're,
does she seem like a nice person?
I don't understand nice. I think nice is an excuse you people use. It's just an excuse. But I guess you're nice. Trying to give me answers. Did you know she tried to give me answers?
No.
Yes. She
Well,
has
I
a
don't know.
thing. She can throw her voice. You know, like the guys who stick their hands up the wooden dummies' asses.
Maybe you can give me the answers.
Yeah, Farala needs the answers. I will learn the answers. Farala is just going to fail.
It's true. This doesn't make. What is the purpose of any of this?
2 minutes.
I can give you answers if you don't care to have to deal with that nonsense. I've got any answer you need.
Well, let's just wait for the exams or whatever.
Exams. It's all the same anyway. It's not hard to wink out answers for all that.
Sure.
If it makes your life easier, because I don't know about you, but I like being nice.
Oh, okay.
You're going to get killed.
Oh, well, it's either that or I sing all of humanity to sleep, or whatever the hell that means. Maybe I should die then. I don't know. Do you want humanity to go to sleep?
I'm not part of humanity, so it doesn't really affect me.
I am mostly. So
Sort
no.
of.
Close enough, I think. I don't want to roll the dice on this.
That's fair.
Well, let's hope y'all don't bite it. Should I ever have to do my thing? Anyway, have a good night, ladies. I think Bella's gonna run off, and she's like whistling, but she's whistling in a way that like you can still hear it, even though she's clearly walking away.
It's cool.
Still
Never
hear it in
loses
your
the
room.
audio.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I think Percy, we cut to just a minute before lights are out. You come into your cell, and when you walk in, Mark, did you take? I'm sorry, I don't remember this exactly. Did you take the up bunk? I think you took the upper bunk, and Mark.
I took the upper bunk because Mark was like, I'd rather just be on that.
Okay. So Mark's he's kind of turned away from you. He's like his back to you, similar to what he's seen before, but it looks like he's hiding something. And when you come in, he looks over and he says, "Oh, like, is it just you?"
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And he sits up, and you see that there's like several little figures drawn on the concrete wall. And you see that he's got a little, like this little bone knife. And it looks like there are a bunch of stipple marks on the inside of his hand. And you see that the little figures, just like stick figures, but they slowly start to like undulate a little bit. And he looks over at him and he does this little smile. What do you do?
I grab him by the arm, the one that has the stipples in it, and
What?
I don't know entirely what your powers are, but hurting yourself is not the damn thing to be doing right now.
I didn't hurt anybody else. I wouldn't hurt you. I mean, here, you can have it. You can have it. And he like tries to hand you the little shiv. What do you do?
I drop his arm and get in his face, and I'm like, it's not about the fucking shiv. If I find you trying to do anything like this or like hurting yourself in any possible way, I'm going to stop it.
I think you're trying to shut him down. Let's see
I
how
am.
it goes.
Just to clarify,
Mhm.
one of my moves is claws out. I can give someone a string on them
Yep.
on me to add 3 to my attempt to shut them down. My question is, do I use that move before or after I roll, or is it either or?
That's always a before, I think.
I think, I think the ones in the past when people have asked that questions, the ones where you add to your roll, I think everything except for string you get to, because in string it specifically says you can do it after the roll, if I remember correctly. So
Okay. Then I'm just gonna roll with cold.
okay, you're pretty good at that anyway.
Yeah. So that's a +1, and that's a 10.
Nice. Cool. So on a 10 plus, you get some. Let's see. On a 10 plus, choose one from below. They lose a string on you. If they have no strings, you gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take +1 forward.
I'll take +1 forward.
Okay. Make sure I mark that on your character sheet. I
Uh-huh.
often will forget my +1 forward. So, yeah, there you go. That's exactly where I normally stick it. Awesome. So oh yeah, you have to hit like a little hash mark in front of it, otherwise it'll think you're trying to do a calculation.
Great. Cool.
Okay. I'm sorry. No, I wasn't. I didn't want to get in trouble. I just they won't let me have any markers or anything. I used to use like a tablet and like I just wanted to draw something. That's all. It makes me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to freak you out. I'm not. And he
Don't act.
he drops a little bone shiv on the ground, and he climbs onto his cot and pulls his knees up to his chest.
I just sit down on the other end of it, and I just kind of mutter under my breath, don't act like you're going to be stuck here forever. Learn some goddamn patience.
You have it all figured out on day one, and we've been here, what, less than a week, and I don't understand anything that's going on. I don't know how to make them be nice to me, and I just feel really, really lonely, and I won't cause any more trouble. I'm sorry.
You're not causing trouble. And if you want people to be nice to you, it helps to use your words. And for the record, people aren't being nice to you. You tell me. I'll fucking destroy them.
Okay.
Just try to stay alive. And I climb into the top bunk because I've made my point.
Do you leave the little bone knife on the ground where he dropped it? Just so we're clear,
Yeah.
if that is discovered by the guards,
Okay. Then
both be in a lot of trouble.
do I have like a pocket of any kind on my person or not?
No.
Cool. I grab the shiv. It goes under my pillow.
Okay. Cool.
Because I'm not letting him get caught with it, but I sure as hell am not going to get caught with it either.
Anybody have any literal last minute anything they want to do before lights out?
No.
Varela, good?
I was waiting for Shadow Cat to, sneak us out.
Oh, that's true. Can Shadow Cat, or was that a promise to be fulfilled
empty
later?
promise.
Oh, well, see, part of the fun is that I want to make absolutely sure that everyone is where they're supposed to be, and then I get to have some fun.
I'm not sure I know what that means, but should I just roll forward and it's not going to happen tonight?
No. To be very clear, once the door's locked, that's when I'm going to try something.
Okay. Then
Actually, clarifying question. When the door's locked, do my powers work at all?
yeah, they don't seem to use power dampeners
Great.
much, if at all, in New Guard Academy.
Great. Then, yeah, once the doors close, the shadows that cast on my bed, I just sink into my bed.
Okay.
And I will vanish.
Do you want to unleash your dark powers?
Yes.
You unleash your dark powers
Ma-
to overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, or extend your senses. Roll with dark.
Okay. All right. This is just a straight roll. And of course, now it's a 6.
Oh, that's nice. On a miss, the good news is you get an XP.
Right, that's
great?
the only good news. So continue
Yeah.
with your statement.
Cool. So, you. And the intention was that you just kind of melt into shadows and slip on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
Cool. So you melt into the shadows and you slide down the wall. Did you do this right away, or just kind of let some time go? I'm kind of curious. I want to know.
I did let some time pass because if it happened immediately, I assumed that the guards there'd be some awareness.
Exactly. Okay. Just making
anyone.
sure Mark will be asleep by this point.
Mark is out.
Yep. Mark's out. You slide into the shadow. You slide down the wall, and you as you slide past where near Mark's bunk, you feel dozens of little hands grab your shadow.
Oh my fucking god!
And they rip and tear. Like they just grab and they grab and they pull and they pull and they pull more of your shadow away, and you take one harm. Do you want to retreat from this, or do you want to try to push your way through? What do you?
I'm gonna try and push my way through.
Oh, I need you to keep your cool.
Great. That's
Roll
still
with cold. You're
Okay.
+1 with that. This will be fine. What are you most afraid will happen right now if you blow this?
well. I just rolled and got an 11.
Oh, okay. So yeah. All right.
I'm sorry. I know. I got really excited. I was like, all right, here's what I'm afraid of. Oh, sorry, I rolled.
Nice. Okay, so you wrench your shadowy. You leave behind some of the shadow from the one harm,
Yeah.
and then you slide underneath the door.
Yeah, I think the shot lingers on some of the shadow left behind, and the shadow pools in one area and actually reforms as blood.
Yeah. And then I imagine like we see the shadow just kind of slip along
Yeah.
the wall or the floor. Sorry, the wall would be not what I meant. Along the floor,
Mhm.
and then like it's one of those where cameras here and it's headed this way, and then the camera stays at the shadow passes under, and we see these little blood-colored stick figures walk right underneath the door, the little gap, and they are following you.
Oh man.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, of course there are. Fucking Inker.
And you can slide down the stairs, and you see them. They're so small, right, that they kind of have to go to the edge and like kind of half drop off. And a couple of them will climb down the others as it holds there. They use them like ladders. They amble past you. They move kind of stiffly, but quick, surprisingly quick.
Great. Okay.
Are you intent on getting over to the lady storm, the girl storm?
Yeah, I am.
Cool. Well, you know the way. It takes a little bit of hiding in the shadows near the little couches and waiting for the guards to pass by. Meanwhile, we'll cut over to the girl storm. Mel, lights out happens. What was your attitude towards Cece as you came in with those last minute or so? You were whistling and went off, but I'm kind of curious what that looked like.
As in, like, what's my attitude to her?
Yeah, like, did you talk to her? She seems a little withdrawn, but she also doesn't necessarily seem hostile to you yet.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, as I walk in, kind of like whistling, like, what's her demeanor at the moment? So I think I'm kind of
Just
like,
more of a quiet, looks at you. You whistle well. You have a good pitch.
oh, thanks. Well, you should see me when I play the Charleston. And I think Mel whistles, and you can actually hear the Charleston play for a bit.
She smiled despite herself, but it's one of those smiles that, like, angry, angsty teenager smiles, and they push it away because they don't want to be smiling, So there's a little bit of that going on.
I think Mel. Actually, I should decide. Would Cece, if she had a choice, would she have taken the top bunk or the bottom bunk?
If Cece had a choice,
Yeah.
she'd take the top bunk.
Okay, she can have the top then. Actually, no, Mel has the top bunk.
Okay, I was about to say, Mel has top bunk.
Yeah.
Appropriate. So,
yeah.
chunk, all the lights go out, and Cece's lying there.
Yeah.
After a few minutes, she says, "Hey, what? I don't.
What's up?
I think I. Do you know Farala? You were here, and when I just got here."
Yeah, I'd say I know Farah as well as most people would. Let me guess. You're confused as to why she does what she does.
I think I know. I feel it just pisses me off. She's rubbing it in my face, and I don't like that. So I was thinking maybe you could talk to Huntara.
Oh?
So I can have a few minutes alone with Farala.
Well, funny thing is, I was actually talking to Farala earlier today, and she told me that she'll make time for you.
Good. That's real good. Thanks. I owe you one.
No worries. I'm just hoping you're doing well. It's been a week, after all, since you came here. And I wouldn't want you to be uncomfortable.
Hey, there's a kid in a boys' dorm. When you draw shit, it comes to life. It's crazy, right?
As abilities go, yeah, that does sound crazy.
He owes me for something. So,
Oh, did someone finally take you up on an offer to beat someone up?
no, I didn't have to hurt anybody.
Well, that's good. What does he owe you?
A drawing.
Let me guess. He doesn't have access to the stuff that'll let him draw when he needs to draw, right?
You're real quick. That's why I like you, Mel.
Well, thanks, AC. That's good to hear. I'll figure something out.
So we cut to Percy the Shadow sliding his way up. I mean, you've never been on the girls' side of the dorms.
No.
I don't think Pharrell is the kind of girl who would give you her cell number. You may just have to sneak around.
Yeah, probably.
Cool. So I think maybe trying to find your way through without any trouble. Maybe you're gazing into the abyss to try to find her. Does that feel right?
Yeah, that does feel right.
Awesome. Man.
I am going to. So previously, I forgot to take my +1 forward. So I'm going to do that for this.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So I
Just
am.
mark it off.
Yep.
That's why I said write it down, because it's so hard.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the
Okay.
funny thing is that I got an experience from like failing that unleash your powers, but had I
Mhm.
used that, I wouldn't quite have failed. So it's funny how that worked out. But yeah, so I will do that with +1, gazing into the abyss.
So he's just rolling it at a +1.
So that is a 6.
Well, it's a good thing that we gave you that +1 so that you could get an XP.
Again,
Awesome.
man, my dark ain't working so hot tonight.
No, it's not. So you continue through the girls' dorm, the girls' area, and I'm imagining maybe like you're just trying to seek your way out, and at one point you slide underneath one of the doors, and there's someone who's put a jar like right there. And your little shadow just slides in. It's like a vacuum. Like, and she sits back and slides the cap onto it. And
Who does?
Pagan.
Oh, crap.
And she holds the little shadow up and she says, "Tink, tink, tink. I wonder what they're going to do when you're missing a morning roll call." I guess we'll
You
find
really don't want to find out.
Oh, you can talk? She walks over and she puts you on a shelf. Just
I'd like to use my volatile to try and break out of this.
go ahead and lash out.
Yeah. +1. That's
Hey.
an 8.
Is that a what?
That's an 8.
What do you know? You actually succeeded. I love it. All right. On a 10 up, you deal harm, and that's not what you did. On a 7 to 9, you harm the jar. So you're going to break out, but you have to choose one. They learn something.
Definitely the first one. They learn something about your true nature and gain a string on you.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and mark that Pagan has a string on you. You crash open. And, oh, sorry. Google thinks I'm talking to it. I'm going to disconnect that darn thing. I only occasionally use it in my office. Okay, let's take a glance. Who? Oh yeah, I totally know who her roommate is. So we had the snap, and then on the bottom bunk, G or Gadget like pops up like, "What? What's happened? What's happened?" And Pagan says, "Just go to sleep. I'm just talking to Percy." Percy? Yeah, it's Percy. What were you doing over here? Were you on some kind of panty raid?
I certainly wasn't looking for souvenirs or a fucking jar.
That was one of my favorite jars.
Then you shouldn't have put me in it.
All right, fair. You're not here to hurt anyone, are you? Because I can't allow that.
Not yet. Besides, I've already been on one tirade tonight, and that was to stop someone from hurting, well, themselves. So I'm not in the business of hurting others, unless someone makes it my business.
Pagan, something's coming under the door. What are these things? Is this you?
No. Trust me, it isn't. Inker has tinkered, I suppose you could say.
Shit, that's blood.
Yeah, that's his. Although some of it might be mine.
Well, I could collect them in a jar. She goes and gets
Please,
a different
by
jar.
all means,
She gets a different jar and starts like flicking them into a jar and moving around. Are you still in shadow form, like just kind of oozing around right now, or when you lashed out, do you think you became?
I think in the interest of wanting to make sure that no one sees me, my shadow outline is on the wall.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So you're like a silhouette.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm gonna cut to Mel because I think it would be neat if you're like the next cell over, and you heard the crash of the jar.
Yeah, I think.
And of course you hear G, and she was like, What's going on?" Then it gets quiet again.
Shenanigans is going on. I think I'm gonna like get up from and get to the cell door, and I'm gonna try and like gaze into the abyss, and I think to do that I'm like humming through the walls. I think it's a small enough sort of note but it's gonna seep through the wall and like bounce.
Neat. Okay. All right.
And then maybe tell me something.
Yeah. Let's see. Roll with dark.
Hell yeah. Oh, keep getting sixes on these dark rolls.
Yeah, it's exactly a 6. So the good news is you get an XP. Yeah,
That's the best.
Cool. So you hum out. You're trying to gain a vision of what's going on next door, and yeah, I think the vision that you get instead is of Coach Katz, Eris. It's late night. She's still dressed with her little coach's shorts and a shirt and her little whistle. And she is talking to a couple of the members of the News Guard. It looks like they're here at the academy. She says, "It's going pretty well, actually. They're using their powers. Quite a few of them seem like they might have some potential. There's definitely something going on between Percy and Farala. The two of them are very hot for each other. You might be able to use that." Mel's not doing much. She's not playing ball at all. She's just not. And Games Master says, "Then you need to push her harder." We need to know what her potential is. We need to know if she really is what they think she is, or if she's just another false prophet. And then Flatline, who's the chief medical officer, says, why don't we form up a chorus? Cool. So, what do you do? Mel?
Oh, part of her really. When the vision fades, I think Cece hears like a very long, hard sigh. All right, nothing's happening next door. Go back to sleep.
All right. Cool. So, Raven, just for fun, I think you're on the other side, the other side, and hear this jar crash. Robin will pop up immediately. That was Pagan's side.
I think Raven's gonna just listen in the old-fashioned way, and so she's gonna like slip out of her bunk, and she's on the bottom because climbing up into the top bunk is highly undignified and not really befitting her height. And just kind of listen, like, so the cells are open at the front, so she's just gonna like kind of slip towards the front and just listen in.
Okay. Yeah, totally makes sense. So Pagan says, why are you here, Percy? Maybe I can help you. She closes up the jar, and you see there's like a bunch of little stick figures, and others trying to form a little ladder into the jar to head towards the lid, and she puts it right by your silhouette.
I was following through on a promise. Wanted to show someone the outside.
Oh, that seems downright sweet.
Well, if I've learned anything in the short amount of time I've been alive, you pay your debts quickly, or people remember.
Who are you looking for?
Who do you think?
Oh, well, I mean, if you'd said I'm looking for a hookup, I would have guessed Farala. As for paying off a promise, I'm just at a loss, which is why I asked.
Oh, well, it's Farala.
Oh. 2 doors that way.
Am I going to have to deal with your jar on the way back?
Only if you try to come into my room.
Fair enough.
It's me. I'm fair. Good luck. Don't get caught.
Thanks. If I do, we'll see each other soon. And I will fade back under. And
without any further hassle, you make your way to Farala's cell with Farala and Hantara. I don't know. Does Farala like go to sleep right away, or does she sleep much? Would she be out of it when this shadow shows up at her doorstep?
I don't think. I mean, she's waiting up, like, because a promise was made. So
Okay. Well, you see a little shadow pass underneath. And just so it's clear, Raven, you heard all of that conversation.
Oh yeah, she's like watching the shadow like slip past her doorway.
Yeah. Maybe you got like a mirror or something you're able to look out.
cool.
Now she slips to the other side. Listen to see. Well, she thinks about how much she wants to hear. If it sounds like they're gonna get weird,
I mean, they're like 2 for 2 weird already. So face licking and dry humping wrestling. So you tell me, what do you think? Number 3's third time's a charm?
On the one hand, I mean, there is a person right there, but on the other hand, that probably wouldn't stop these two very much because they kind of did it in front of the entire room before. But let's see what happens before we stop listening and get totally grossed out.
All right. So you slide underneath the door and you find Farala and Huntara sitting in their respective bunks. Is Farala a top bunker or a bottom bunker?
Top bunk. Huntara is like bigger and more muscular, so heavier.
It's
so.
true. I have a lower center of gravity. The lower bunk makes the most sense.
Plus, I can just like it's much easier. Like I'm
You're a
like
better
I'm
climber.
stretched out on the top bunk, tapping my hand, like scratching into the wall. When you make your presence known.
Yeah. I think at first, I think I form as the silhouette at first and then step out of it and just kind of give the gentlest knock I can on the wall.
Oh. Hey.
You wanted to see the outside?
Oh, I don't really care about seeing the outside, but very happy to see you here.
I cannot give you privacy. They won't let me out of the room. But I don't care if you have sex or whatever.
You want to join?
No. She makes weird noises.
How do you know?
Scent glands and other cat things.
Been experience too, so.
Oh, interesting. Well,
Are you sure you don't want to join Hatara? I mean, it's better than just sitting there listening. Percy's okay with it.
Guess you're trying to turn her on. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, there's an 11, so.
Oh, jeez.
Fine. But I'm on
It's
top.
like the most reluctant.
If you're not into it, you don't have to join in.
yeah, it was just a question, not an insistence.
I know. Oh, you take a string on her, of course.
Yeah.
With an 11. So, are
And
you?
they have to choose one of the three, right?
Yeah, and she's fine.
Okay.
I'll promise something you think I want. I think you want.
You keep saying that, hon, but the way you say it makes me sound like you're not interested.
And if you're not, then don't.
We don't want you if you're
You
not.
both asked. It's obvious you want me. It's fine.
All right, again, tone, hon.
Yeah,
Like this is me, Joe, saying like I'm not into that with that tone. So
yeah. And this is also me, Peter, going, nah. Like,
that seems
Okay,
like we're
that's fine.
forcing
She
her
promises
again.
what she thinks she want, but you guys kind of like your tone's off, and she's like, fine. I will go to sleep then, since you don't want me.
It's not. Again, this
There
is
is
not a game thing.
series
No, I
of
get you.
words that were used. There was also a tone underlying that.
Yeah, I know. And I had two choices, three choices, but of the two choices, one is give themselves, the other is promise something, and so she's just
I know.
being a teenager and promising what she thinks she wants, but of course she probably kind of wants it, but she's just not going to give you your tone. She's not going to give you that tone. And if you think that's not realistic, you don't have a teenager in your house.
Tone,
That's uncomfortable on us.
I'm not gonna give in to what you know I absolutely want. I don't want to go get ice cream, but I'll
right.
go because you said you want to go.
all right,
Exactly.
A difference between ice cream and sex.
Yep, there is definitely a difference between the two.
So
Now
the
that we've
tone
done
you
our analogy,
sex is
we've done
gross.
enough analogies where I'm starting to get uncomfortable. So we'll just say that no, I blame myself. I took us down that road.
Okay.
Not getting on you guys. I'm just saying, let us briskly move on.
Okay.
She's promised something she thinks you want in a very surly way. Due to tone, you're like, nah, it's okay. And do you guys go outside? Like, can you carry someone in shadow?
I don't think I'm gonna get the chance to find out.
I don't think so either.
So, yeah, let's just scroll down
That's
that
not
character keeper.
All right, sex special moves. Yay.
When you have sex with someone, you establish a deep spiritual connection with them until either of you breaks that spirit connection by having sex with someone else. Add 1 to all rolls made to defend them. You can tell when that connection has been broken.
And mine is very simple. Your partner gains 1 reroll for the session.
And we're going to carry that over the next
that
session
over
because this is like the last scene of this session.
Right,
Totally
yeah.
not fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, you get 1 reroll next session.
I know.
So that's just how I reroll.
It's kind of neat. So, is there any affection here? Like, we've already talked about veiling it needs to, but I'm really curious. Is this just like carnal interest and lust and fulfilling of pleasure, or is it really just that, or is there any actual effect? I'm not asking you to say there's affection if you don't feel like there is any, but I'm really curious. I don't think there is with Farala, like, but maybe there is. Maybe it's that little bit there, but I'm really curious. What is
Let's type it into the chat at the same time.
Oh man, it's like a hollow thing. No.
I mean, it is like a hollow
It's
thing.
kind of like a thing.
I've written down my answer in 1 word. So I guess it'd be like affection versus
lust.
Okay.
All right, and I'll count down 3, 2, 1. Reveal. They're both lust.
All right.
That's great. You guys called it. You guys are communicating well. That's amazing. And good. You fired your specials.
I mean, that's between those two. I think Percy's is also, in a word, curiosity.
Do you scuff him up?
As in curiosity killed the cat.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, satisfaction brought her back. So
I know. Thank you for
it all equals out.
Yeah, thank you for completing that.
So we're near end of session, so I'm just gonna kind of tease next scene that we'll be likely opening up with, and it happens after Raven and Mel have both fallen asleep because Percy and Farala are like wild animals for a little bit there, but trying not to be terribly loud, and so eventually you just go to sleep to get away from it. And then the next noise that you hear is the sound of crashing waves, and then a pair of seagulls on the air, and then you feel warmth on your face. When the two of you open your eyes, you see that there are several other members of the New Guard Academy, all lying on towels on a beach. The perfect blue waves crashing, sun high overhead. There's a dock not far from here. You have no idea how you got here. And that will end our session, so I'll save some time for a little bit of feedback. And maybe Leandro can get some sleep at some point, but that's lower priority on the ladder. Cool. So we don't have any end of session moves for anyone, correct? Just double checking. I don't think we did. I just always like to double check. All right, cool. Good. So let's do some. I don't know. You guys feel ready for? Do we want to do more roses and thorns, or shall we go with the gentler stars and wishes? Misha, what would you prefer?
Stars and wishes, sure.
All right, stars and wishes. 2 stars and a wish. We'll go around in turns. We'll let Peter go first. And if you want me to explain 2 stars and a wish, I'm happy to. I'm not sure if everybody's used it before.
I could use a refresher.
You bet.
By
So
what exactly
stars
you
are positive feedback, at a boy, at a girl, just, hey, this was a particular good play, or this was a highlight moment for me, something that I really enjoyed. Those are stars. You get 2 of them. And then wishes are the missed opportunities, or I definitely want to spotlight, this is a thing I want to see more of, or I definitely want to have in next session because I'm excited about X, Y, or Z. So it's like it's not necessarily a thorn. It's more of a, hey, I'd like more of X, or I didn't see enough of Y kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, go for it.
All right. First star definitely goes to Joe. You totally just completely leaned even further from the get-go into just this weird connection thing between, the 2 cat players, and I just it was fun for me to even pretend to be reticent towards that at all, when inside I was going, this was not where I thought this was going, but I love it. Hooray! It was just a lot of fun to play off of, because I knew it was something I could keep coming back to. And my other star, I really like. I really enjoyed seeing Raven start to plot things and put it all in motion. Even knowing that, as a player, I'm like, oh, so Percy's probably going to get tied up in all of this. That's exciting. I was really like, oh, please do stuff. I wanna be a part of this. And now it's even juicier. And I think wish-wise, it's actually just a simple. I think because of the mini game, it sort of sidelined the direct character interactions, and so I really wanted to see more of that, particularly from characters like Mel, where I really wanted to, I was happy to get interactions with Ferala, obviously, and a little bit with Raven, but I think even with being on opposing sides, there just wasn't a lot of time to interact with Mel, and I really want that chance next time.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate it. Leandro, 2 stars and a wish.
I don't know how, but Peter kind of took both my stars and my wish.
Man, Peter, stop reading minds now.
I know, he is a master burglar. God. So I will give my star to Peter, actually, since he couldn't give a star to himself. There you go. I really like the dice rolls facilitated, but these socially awkward, kind of withdrawn sort of character just hooking in others. I don't know what it is. There's that. I know the dice did it, but I think Peter, he also played it well. The just Percy figuring out, all right, I guess this is how you do things, like brushing Phoenix's hair and whatnot, and working out in your favor was cute, and all the stuff he had to do, in this session, fun to see him trapped in a jar, and then kind of standing up for himself, and also kind of standing up for others, like that, specifically that scene with his cellmate. It was really neat to see that. Shit, I have one more star. I'll give the star to Rich for bringing these all together. I love these NPCs. They're all wonderfully sad. I love how low rent. I say most. No, they're all kind of just, but not in in a completely pathetic way, but it just, I don't know, it just fits this kind of more grounded sort of, because we're in New Gauntlet City, which is a weird place. Gauntlet Comics is weird and whatnot, but where it really feels down to earth, because it's the concerns are so petty. They're so amazingly petty. It's great, and I think that reflects from all the NPCs and whatnot, and then we're getting inklings of a bigger plot. But I love that. Yeah, if we could keep muddling on and just like just the basest of concerns.
It is.
Yeah, and my simple wish is just a scene with Percy, because there were moments where like, I kind of want to help him out by spending the string, but like I don't want to, because I have that move where I can spend a string and give people +1, but I'd not interact with Percy. I don't know what what if Mel would give a shit. Because I could come up with
gotta fix that. We gotta
fix
that.
So that's my main wish.
Okay.
My one wish.
That's a very good wish to have. Joe, what about you? 2 stars and a wish.
Big star to Raven, plotting revenge.
You broke my nose, bastard.
Yes, Betty.
Maybe learn how to fall better. Big star to the missed rolls, which led to some fun interactions in the shadows. I don't know what's going on there. I was like, you're in a jar now, sucker. Wish. I wish the NPCs were bigger assholes. They need. I want to see them be more aggressive.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah. I just need to throw a few more in your face, because you deal with an asshole who's Huntara, but like, it's like you guys are friends. She's just surly. That's fair. There are definitely some villainous people. They will need to step in, get in your face as well. Thank you for that. And Misha, last but definitely not least, it's 2 stars and a wish.
I'm gonna give you a star for trying something new with the mini game, even if it was like kind of mixed results.
Okay, fair.
But it was kind of interesting to see how it worked out, and to see how it kind of did change up play a bit. I'm gonna have to say for Peter and Joe, for that just delightfully awkward flirting that I literally never want to see anybody actually do in person.
Yeah. Maybe not in person, but I was like, awkward. Excuse you. Perfect.
Well, like if I was standing in a gym and I saw this going on, I think I'd have to get a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, but what if they're actual literally cat people?
Yeah, still gonna have to get a hose.
We rolled really well. So.
Hose. Not on the furniture, go.
That would just encourage us.
Probably. And wish, yeah, probably just more chances to screw with the other people in person, as opposed to just obliquely.
All right, cool. We got a few more sessions, so I'll definitely try to adjust towards that. Good. Well, it looks like we will get through this in our allotted time. Thank you all so much for giving another shot. I really enjoyed running this version of Monsterhearts for you, and I hope you all have an excellent night. Thank you. In the broadcast, several minutes later, it will actually end.